So today's opener says for each of the following, write a ratio of units, the ROU, set up a proportion, then solve for the missing quantity. This is what we took our notes over yesterday. So the first thing that we need to do, as it said, is set up our ratio of units, our ROU. The ratio of units is basically a comparison of two units. All that means, what two things are they comparing? So let's read here. 10 gallons of gas costs $26.19. At that same price, how much would 16 gallons cost? So what two things are they talking about? What two units are they comparing? Say it again. And 10 gallons of gas costs $26.19. So they're talking about gallons, and then what about are they comparing the gallons to? How much it costs, yeah. So our ratio of units is going to be gallons to cost or price. So ratio of units is going to be gallons to cost. Okay? So the first ratio we're going to set up is our known ratio. Basically, what information do we know? Okay? So remember yesterday I talked about two? They usually give us two numbers in the first sentence or so. That's going to give us our first ratio. So what two numbers are we given in the first sentence that are together?
10.
Okay, so 10 gallons cost $26.19. So where would the 10 go? On the top with gallons. And then the $26.19 would go on the bottom with the price or the cost. Okay, the second part of our ratio is going to be the unknown. This is what we know a little bit of the information, but we don't have all of it. So then we keep reading. At the same price, how much would 16 gallons cost? 16's on top. So we're trying to find the price of 16 gallons. So what do we want our variable to be for cost? Not G. Because we already know our gallons, right? What would C for cost or P for price? I mean, truly it doesn't matter, but I like my variables to be relatable to what I'm asking. Okay, so now we have a proportion. And so we're going to solve this proportion based on our notes that we took on Tuesday.
10C.
So we're going to cross multiply. 10 times C equals 10C. And then cross multiply $26.19 times 16. Say again. No decimal?
Oh, yeah.
430.4. Okay. I'm going to then solve my equation. So I'm going to circle my variable. I'm going to draw my line of equality. How do I get the variable here by itself? Divide by 10. So my 10's cancel. I bring down my C. What's 450.4 divided by 10? 43.04. You all agree? Okay. Now, what question did I answer? So how much does it cost? If I'm talking about cost, how am I going to write my final answer here? My dollar sign. So it's $43.04 for 16 gallons of gas. Or yes, for 16 gallons of gas. So I did not show you this part yesterday. We set our ratio of units. I forgot to show you how to set up your known ratio and your unknown. I just set them up for us. But it kind of helps if you know, we're going to put our information that we know first and then the unknown information second. Now, if you don't, the main thing I'm going to look for your, the main thing I'm going to look at your quiz tomorrow is to see that you have this right here, okay? So I'm going to look that you have your ratio of units. I'm going to look that you have your proportions. I'm going to look that you solve your proportions. And then that you have your unit that we're discussing, okay? Okay. Let's take a look at the backside now. So the backside is the same thing. Ooh, this is gonna make us hungry.
Wait, so you make, show me 60?
Hold on, let's look at it. So if you need 2 cups of chocolate chips to make 60 cookies, how many cookies can you make with 5 cups of chocolate chips? So, according to our notes, what is the first thing I need to write out? The first thing I need to find. Ratio of units, good. So my ratio of units. What's the ratio of units mean?
Oh, a comparison of quality.
Yeah, what two comparisons are they making?
Cookies,
2.
2 chocolate chips.
Yeah, so chips, like chocolate chips to cookies. So I'm just going to put chips over cookies. Good morning. Kaylon, will you move Jeremiah's stuff to those back 2 desks? Thank you. So then we're going to go on to our known units, our known ratio. So what do we know? So what information do we know?
You need 2 cups.
Okay, so you need 2 cups of chocolate chips to make how many?
60 cookies.
Okay, so there's our known information, right? So the 2 cups of chocolate chips, is that going to go on top or bottom? Top with our chips. So 2 cups of chocolate chips will make 60 cookies. Where does 60 cookies go?
On the bottom.
On the bottom with cookies. Okay? And then we're going to come to our unknown. This is where we're going to have to find out some missing information. So the rest of our word problem reads, how many cookies can you make with 5 cups of chocolate chips? What information do they give me there?
5
5 what?
cups of chocolate chips.
Okay, so where would 5 cups of chocolate chips go? On the top with chips. So what am I trying to solve for?
The bottom.
Which means I'm trying to determine what? How many cookies I can make, right? What variable do you want to use? C for cookies?
How do you, what is K?
All right. So to solve a proportion, the first thing I'm going to do is cross multiply. Then 60 times 5, 300. Next step.
Divide by.
Wait, no.
Oh, your line.
Yeah, circle my variable, draw my line. Get the variable by itself, which you're saying.
There you go, dude. 300 divided by 2,
Equal 150.
150.
150 what?
Chocolate chip.
Chocolate chip.
Nah, what were we solving for?
Cookies.
Cookies. So with 5 cups of chocolate chips, you can make 150 cookies. So this is the unit I'll be looking for on your quiz as well, to make sure that you're listing what we're trying to solve for.
Oh my